As discussed previously, when creating new transactions, either leave the document number as new to have the system assign the next sequential number, or manually enter a document number. To select an existing assembly, enter the assembly number, use the arrows to scroll left or right, or click the Finder button. The Assemblies icon is used to assemble a manufactured item that's already been previously defined. The Assemblies icon can also be used to disassemble an item that was previously assembled. Assuming it is possible to disassemble the assembled item, enter an optional description and reference to identify the assembly, and then either accept the default date or enter an assembly date. The posting date determines the fiscal year and period assigned when transactions reach the general ledger. The year and period field corresponds to the posting date. Indicate which master item is to be assembled. The Finder here only displays those bill of material item numbers that have been defined as master items. If one or more component items within the bill of material are themselves a master item to be assembled, select how the system is to perform the assembly. Select None to not assemble any subassembly items. The system reduces the quantity in stock of all included component master item numbers only and does not assemble them. For example, assume you want to build 5 of this master item, of which, let's say, there are 3 component items, A, B, and C. To be built, assume it needs a quantity of 1 item A, 2 item Bs, and 1 item C. Let's also assume that item C is also a master item, consisting of 1 item D and 3 item Es. If the None option is selected here, and there are only 3 item Cs in stock, then it is not possible to build 5 of this master item because it requires 5 item Cs, unless the system is allowed to go negative. This is true even if sufficient stock of items D and E existed to make additional item Cs. Select all component master items to have the system assemble a matching number of subassemblies as listed in the build quantity for the master item. In other words, the system assembles the required number of subassembly items regardless of any component master item quantities that are already in stock. Using the above example, the assembly process would build 5 item Cs, even though there are 3 already in stock. Select the last option, Component Master Items with Insufficient Quantity, to assemble only the number of subassemblies that are required to complete the master item build quantity. Using the above example, the assembly builds 2 item Cs because there are 3 already in stock. Next, select the location where the assembly is to occur. The location selected indicates the location where the component items are removed, as well as the location where the master item is created. The last field determines the quantity to be built. The quantity entered must be a factor of the build quantity assigned when the assembly was defined. The Verify Quantities button can be clicked to observe 2 conditions: those items of the assembly that have insufficient quantities on hand, and those items that are not assigned or associated with the location code selected. The Details button appears if one of the component items is also a master item. If so, clicking it displays the quantity of the component items to verify there is sufficient stock. Optionally, save the bill of material to be processed later, or immediately post the assembly. Posting the assembly removes the quantity and cost information from the component items and updates the quantity and cost of the master item.
Let's take a look at posting transactions.